I'm Paul Bucciarelli with the Regional Chamber of Commerce and Lawrence County Economic Development Corporation, and welcome to today's edition of Chamber Chat. Our guest today is Lynda Jaworski Rapone, who is the Executive Director of the School to Work program in Lawrence County. Lynda, welcome to Chamber Chat.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Great to be here.
It's so good to have you here today, too. Can you talk a little bit about what School to Work was, how it originated, and how you became involved?
Oh, sure, I can do that. As far as School to Work goes, it was an initiative that was started back in the late 80s, early 90s in the state of Pennsylvania, where they were providing grant funding for a 3-year period.
Okay.
So that there was a School to Work group in every county within the state, knowing that there were things that we wanted to show students going from their school environment and into the work environment. And the people that began School to Work in Lawrence County were very wise in knowing that state funding only lasts for the amount of time that they say, but how is the program going to continue on?
Sure, how to sustain it.
Sure, how is it sustained? So through funding from private sector, businesses, and the education sector, they were able to keep School to Work going for many years. We became an independent, not-for-profit 501c3 back in the 90s, 1990.
So it's been around for a while.
Yeah, it has.
So I see on the website that School to Work has about 60 partnerships with local companies. Mm-hmm. How do you partner with these companies?
Well, we do it in different ways. One way that we partner with them is through job shadows. Our students here in Pennsylvania have to do so many hours of job shadows in order to graduate. So job shadowing, company tours, and then we also work with them as far as through our events. We have a lot of career fairs and other events where we ask people to talk about their careers, and it can highlight their company so that the students know what types of jobs are available here in our local community.
Oh, that's a good segue. I hear a lot about the availability or the lack of applicants for equipment maintenance kinds of programs. Mm-hmm. Is that one of the areas that are in demand? And if so, what are some others that are highly in demand now?
Sure. Here in Lawrence County, it is. We have a lot of companies, whether it's manufacturing, healthcare, utilities, they all have the industrial maintenance need. And it's more than what we think of maintenance as far as a janitorial type. It's really working with electronics, HVAC systems, and repairing machines and robotics. So that's one that's a high priority occupation here. Other ones would be like in your skilled trades. We have the construction laborers, carpentry, bricklayers, the heavy equipment, so like the operating engineers, the bulldozers, the backhoes, things like that. Those are all high priority occupations within the skilled trades here in Lawrence County. We highlight those in our Exploring Skilled Trades event, as well as our Spotlight on Career and Tech Ed that the students can learn about. In the healthcare, it's your nursing assistants, your LPNs, your EMTs and paramedics. Those would be high priority occupations.
Some of the usual suspects, of course.
Yeah.
When you're speaking with employers, what are generally their top concerns about skill sets? What skill sets are today's job applicants lacking?
Well, we look at it from a couple of different areas. And as far as the skills that aren't the technical skills, really the hot topics right now are basic math. Basic math skills, the verbal communication skills, which you can understand that because everybody is so much into emailing and texting that sometimes the communication verbally isn't as strong as it used to be. And then also that critical thinking and problem solving skills. It's really figuring out what is the next step instead of going to maybe a person there and saying, okay, now what do I do next? So really trying to think through that. And really when you look about other concerns that the employers have, it's really finding people who want to work, will show up every day with a good work ethic, and have a reliable transportation to get to work. And then, of course, they always have to the drug-free.
And that consistency of needing to come to work work every day, and that sort of accountability factor.
Yeah.
So, Lynda, can you share any recent success stories that you may have had with a school to work person who went through the program and ended up with a good job?
Sure, and I think the best way is to give you some examples. One that I'd like to share is we had a local company that said they were looking for some younger people to join in, and it was a trade group, and it was Ed Stevens from Stevens Masonry, and he said, we need younger people doing this. So he sent me pretty much like what the requirements of the job would be and asked me to send it out to the school counselors, and I did. And we had a student from Neshannock that was on his way to college, and of course COVID hit, and he said, well, I don't think I want that debt. He remembered about their counselor putting that out. He contacted her, and he went into the apprenticeship program, is now in the second year of the apprenticeship program,
that's great.
Working with Stevens Masonry. As far as our other programs, what I think is the best way to do it is just to read some information that these people shared.
Okay.
And
kind of a testimonial.
Testimonial. And I think that's the best because it's others speaking on behalf of our programs. So we had a student from the Laurel School District that had attended our engineering day, which is done in cooperation with Elwood Group. And what she said was that it inspired her to further her education in the engineering field, and she planned on attending Penn State University to study biomedical engineering. And before high school engineering day, she just was unsure of what direction that she wanted to take in her career. And she said, it opened my eyes by seeing the possibilities with engineering and showed me the perspective of the daily job of a worker with this company. And they always have to do a project and a presentation, and it was through that she learned and had the ability to communicate with some of the engineers, throughout the project.
So your message really got through to this young woman, it sounds like, which is good.
Yeah. And then we had another one that attended our GEM affair, which is Girls Engaging Mentors. And she said that she really had her eyes open to the different STEM jobs and non-traditional jobs for women as a female of the future. And she said, if you would have asked me 4 years ago if I would have seen myself involved in STEM, I would have laughed at you.
Sure.
And she said she became the president during her senior year of the robotics team at the school.
That is so wonderful.
So, it's those types of comments that we get back from the students as well as the companies. We had our business and industry career fair in October, and Future Road Builders was there, and they said they had the honor to participate in it, and we do it in conjunction with West Central Job Partnership, and they were able to share information on great careers in the construction world and answer the students' questions. So
you get some repeat business there too from companies that have experienced that success. Well, that's great. That has to be really rewarding because a lot of effort goes into this, and the rewards pay off at the end of the day.
Paul, it's really, we try to kind of awaken the ideas in the students' minds about the companies that are here locally, what types of employees they're looking for, and then hopefully spark that interest that they want to learn more about the career and the company.
That's great. So if a company is currently not involved in School to Work, Lynda, how would they become involved?
Well, they would just contact me through School to Work, and we can ask them to be a volunteer and participate as a speaker about a career at one of our events where they can highlight their company and the different jobs that they have in the company. We always need volunteers to help assist when we're in person at those types of events because we're pulling a lot of students through in a day. And we're always looking for businesses that students can go to for job shadows, as well as, from a financial perspective, any type of financial support if they would like to be a sponsor of an event. Those are different ways.
Good. And I think companies who are trying to attract that talent pipeline would find a lot of value in the program.
Sure. I mean, when you think about it, our programs right now, we just moved into the elementary sector last year, so we're right about 5th to 12th grade. And our outreach is to about 55 to 60% of the students in those grades.
Great.
So there are a lot of students that come through the programs and have access to the information that we share.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, Lynda, thank you so much for agreeing to talk to our Chamber Chat audience today. We will have the website for Lynda's School to Work organization and her contact information as well. Lynda, thank you so much today for taking the time to meet with us.
Sure. Thank you, Paul. It's been great.